Hi guys! So I hope everybody's doing well, washing their hands a lot. I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see you again. Today we are making a hot air balloon. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to show you how to do the step-by-step of one hot air balloon, and then I'm going to have you choose any background you want. So it's totally up to you. You don't have to copy this, and just like always, I don't actually want you to copy it. I want you to think of your own thing. And originally, if we were doing this in school, I was thinking about taking your picture and then we could cut it out and put our actual selves in the hot air balloon. But since we don't have that capability, we are going to draw ourselves in the hot air balloon. So you can see I have myself and my little puppy Zoe. We're flying through the sky in a hot air balloon, okay? So this is what I am looking for. You can see the whole thing is colored. There's no scribbles, all right? There's lots of detail. My hot air balloon, it's a little smaller than I would have liked originally, but I dressed it up because I added other hot air balloons in the empty space, okay? So I do want your hot air balloon to be pretty big, so that way you can get some fun details in there, all right? So this is it. I am going to put the camera down so that way you guys can see step by step, and I can't wait to see your art. Bye guys. All right, so our plan for our hot air balloon is that I'm going to show you how to draw the balloon shape first, and then we're going to do the basket, and then we can talk about all your options for the background. Okay, so the first line that you're going to make is we're going to do a rainbow shape line. You're gonna do it kind of somewhere near the top, and be careful not to make it too big because you wanna have room for your basket at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna put my line, I'm gonna put it up here. All right, so there is my rainbow shaped line, the first line of our project. And then what we are gonna do is we're gonna take these ends and bring them in a little bit with a slant. So I'm curving it just slightly so it kind of looks almost like an upside down raindrop. Right, and you're gonna leave a little space in between there. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna close this up. So you're gonna use a smiley face right between there. And then we're gonna do another rainbow line or a frowny face, however you wanna describe it, right on top. So that way it looks like the balloon is open. All right, so there's our first couple steps. All right, so we've got a nice big air balloon and a little hole, so that way this is where the fire goes. That's how the hot air balloons rise. They have a little fire, almost like a little fire pit right in here, and it heats up all of this air and it starts to rise. Okay, so our next step is we want this hot air balloon to look like it is round, all right? Not just a 2D shape, not just flat. So how we're gonna go about this is we're gonna add some curved lines in here, as I'm sure you can see on those inspiration photos that I put on that document. You can see how they all have a couple curved lines on them, so we're gonna add that next. We're gonna go in on both sides. We're gonna start with curved lines from the top to the bottom. I'm gonna do it on both sides. Yep, and then a line in the middle. All right, there we go. So that's where we're at so far. Not too bad. All right, so the next step, we've got our basic balloon here. The next step is we need something to sit in for our guests, all right? When they come to our balloon, we want something for them to be in instead of just hanging on to it. So we are gonna draw our basket underneath. The first thing you're gonna do is first leave a little space, maybe like 2 fingers all right? At least 2 fingers of space. So that way you can decide if you want to put anybody in there or not after you draw the basket. And then we are gonna start with the first line. So the first line is actually gonna be a rectangle. So I'm gonna put my 2 fingers down, leave a little bit of space, make a little mark. I'm gonna make a nice little rectangle. This is for my basket, okay? So I have a nice little rectangle. Now you can make your basket whatever shape you want. It does not have to be square. It can be a triangle if you want. It could be a round basket. It could be a shape of your choosing. Whatever you want your basket to look like, you go for it. This is just how I want my basket to look like. So I'm gonna do 2 slants because I want my basket to be a little bit slanted. I'm gonna go like this. And then I'm gonna add some texture to my basket. Again, your basket can look however you want. This is your project. So you can have a giant basket if you're thinking about having a lot of people in your hot air balloon. You can have a small one if you just want 1 or 2 people in there. Totally up to you. I'm dressing up some of my lines here. All right. So I've got a balloon and a basket. Now, what I want to do next is right now these 2 things aren't connected. So we need to add a couple of lines just so that way our basket is actually attached to our hot air balloon. So we're going to do 4 lines. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so that is our basic hot air balloon. You can see mine is actually, I have a lot of space down here, right? So mine's actually a little tiny, a little smaller than I expected, and that's okay, all right? So because now I have a lot of extra room to play with in the background. So what I'm gonna do is I am first going to draw my background and then I'm gonna show it to you guys. A reminder when you start to draw your background is you can put whatever background you choose. You can put your hot air balloon maybe in the sky. You can add a bunch of other hot air balloons in it. If it's in the sky, maybe there's birds or clouds or maybe a sunshine. Maybe it's in space, all right? Wherever you wanna go in your hot air balloon is totally fine with me. Or maybe you're a homebody and you don't wanna go anywhere. Maybe you're sitting in your hot air balloon and it's nice and safe on the ground. All right, wherever you want your hot air balloon to be, it's totally up to you. You can add more hot air balloons, all right? You could add really whatever you want, okay? So I'm gonna do my drawings for the background and then I'll show you what I have. Alright guys, so this is my background. This is what I ended up with. I did a lot of little things, so because my hot air balloon was a little bit smaller than I expected, which is perfectly okay, I added more things to my background. So you can see I added more hot air balloons. I added some clouds. There's some birds in here. My hot air balloons are on top of a nice kind of valley with a little river running down and some trees, okay? So this is my background. Now, if you remember, I asked you to put yourself in your background somewhere, all right? Somewhere, whether you're riding the hot air balloon, whether you're down on the ground looking up at it, however you wanna go about it, I want you to put yourself in there, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. All right, so I put my little self right in here. I'm wearing some sunglasses because I'm sure it's probably sunny out there in the sky. And I have my little dog Zoe next to me. Okay, so this is our hot air balloon adventure. Now, I asked you to use whatever materials you have, whether that be crayons, markers, Sharpies, color pencils. If you have paints, you can use them. Whatever you happen to have around your house, I want you to color this entire paper. And don't forget to add some fun designs to your hot air balloons, because that's my favorite part. So I'm gonna color this in, I'm gonna add some fun designs, and I will show you what it looks like at the very end. Alright guys, so this is my final product. I put myself in there with Zoe. I've got everything colored. There's no scribbles. I have no blank space. Alright, so this is what I'm looking for, just like the kind of stuff we do in class. Alright, so I'm going to give you a better look. I'm going to pull the camera up so you can see. Alright guys, so this is the final product. Once again, I have myself and I have Zoe. We are soaring through the sky, through a little hill range with some water coming down. We see the trees, we're in the clouds, all that good stuff. Alright, I added lots of detail. There's lots of color. I use different materials, so I don't know if you noticed, but I use crayon, and then I also use some marker, some black marker and Sharpies, and I actually use some highlighters too. Alright, so use whatever you have. Don't be afraid to mix up the materials. And I just have to point out that as I was adding my details, alright, my little texture details in my clouds, I accidentally made this one a winky face, and I think I'm a huge fan of it. Alright, so that's my project. I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. I miss you so much. Bye guys.